There we go. Hey everybody, hope you guys all had a good New Year's here. Today we're going to be talking about a whole swath of stuff. Of course, crypto, stocks, all that good stuff, but a lot about Tesla dropping down like a rock. Here's Loki. Hello, boy. Tesla dropping, Apple dropping, oil falling off of a cliff as well, and the dollar going sky high all of a sudden. So there'll be a lot to talk about. I'll wait for people to kind of creep in here because I know uh, people find their way at odd times. There you go. But Loki says hi. Yep. There we go. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Loki's being a little playful guy. Let me move some stuff over on my side. There we go. Okie dokie. There we go. Shouldn't be too bad now. Okay. But basically, guys, let's move over to Bitcoin and whatnot. Let's go over here very fast. And hey, Little Cola, good evening to you as well, my man. Sorry, I'd take a couple seconds. Loki was going a little wild here. Happy to see you as well. Hope you guys are all having a good New Year. All sorry, I'm waiting for Loki to jump up on me again because I know he wants to. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah, yeah. I don't have a treat for him right now, or maybe I do. I don't know. That's what he's wanting. Oh, I got one treat left. Here, let's go over here very fast. All right, Loki. You'll see him creep up here eventually. Yeah. Then he wanders off. Okay. And hey, Larry. Excuse me. Happy to see you. And hey, Darren. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit what's going on. And Darren, remind me to talk about Sol in a little bit after I'm done kind of going through this spiel. As far as Bitcoin's concerned, we thought we might have, well, I thought we might have a little bit more of an upswing here. I thought we might be able to pump it back up to at least 17,500, all the way back up here to like 18,000, somewhere within basically. Get this magnet off. Something like right back into that side, but off of this move. It didn't happen. We can still reach there, don't get me wrong, because the stock market isn't really going to make any massive moves, in my opinion, or start making some really nasty moves, I don't think, until maybe towards the end of the month with all the big mega cap earnings coming out, like the Apples and whatnot. But I'm hopeful that we can still get up here, guys. I know it has not been good. We bounced back down, and we've been kind of playing sideways action, I guess you would say. But so far, just so you guys can see that one line I'm actually keeping track of here as far as support, it's kind of right around here. All right, there you go. There you go. We've been holding the support level kinda I guess for the past week or so. Yeah, we have of about, let me just draw. There you go. 16,500 or so. You can see every day since then we've been trying to bounce, and so far we've been doing okay. The big problem now is, this is the daily chart, we're running up against the 20-day moving average and the 50. The only thing that's going to get us above those is going to be a really significant pop. The stock market is going to have that pop if we want to see us go to 17,500 to that $18,000 level, okay? Until we really see that big forceful move, I think day trading and scalping is probably going to be the best thing for most people here, unless you guys really just want to place a hold, have the support be something along this line. I would probably just use the support or your stop loss being this trend line here, because you can already see we've fallen down many times below this support level. We've just managed to hold it and bounce, Maybe on the weekly chart here it looks a little bit easier, but it doesn't look pretty, right? Do you want to trade something like that doesn't look too pretty? You can, but it's just going to be more risky, so right? Now, on the other side here, guys, the stock market has just been all over the place here. Here's a 4-hour chart. Let's just go to the daily chart for now. You can see we were trying to bounce off of that support level around 10,626 as far as the NASDAQ is concerned. We managed to bounce for a couple days, and then we just got annihilated today. And the market's just not liking this, the narrative, I guess, that's being built out. I don't know any way to say it. I mean, as far as we're concerned, as far as I'm concerned, we already knew. I've already told you guys this for a while. I think this year is going to be really, really rough towards Q2, Q3, end of Q1 even, right? And then it'll pick itself back up, and then we'll kind of go choppy sideways for a while, and then all of a sudden it'll pick up. What normally happens, right? My concern right now is, as we kind of talked, I think last Friday here, about some stocks like Apple and things like that, SPY still going sideways, right? We haven't capitulated yet. We do have that death cross there, but we haven't fallen back down. So there's still hope we can do a little bit of a rebound here. It'll just take one robust day. My problem here with everything is I think somebody was talking about Apple getting to 115 that they wanted to buy there, and we were talking about Apple potentially getting to $80 and so forth, right? Not the guy that said anything. There's just me kind of tinfoil hat. The economy can get really, really bad. Well, you're seeing right now that Apple, it's breaking down now on the weekly charts. We're breaking down below these smaller support levels, which Tesla just did as well. And you see how far Tesla is going down. Now that next support level for Apple is really just around here, around 116 or so. I think you're going to see Apple continue to go down over the next few weeks here. Now, we do have the 200 weekly moving average right there. We should have a nice bounce off of it. The last time we came into contact with this sucker, we had a really nice bounce, and then we just started to tear. This was in 2019. This was still in a bull market, though, so this was a totally different economy, if you will. Over here as well, 2016, May, we broke down below it a little bit, but we still use it as a place to support here, right? So we have to hope that this area can be a nice level of support here. But again, this was in another bull market. If we go back all the way over here to bearish market, 2008, 2009, we were underneath it. We pivoted close, but it took a little bit of time. And how long were we down below it, basically? For like 161 days, we were below that 200 going sideways. Now, it'll be interesting to see how far we end it if we come back down on Apple. Oops, there you go. But depending on which support levels you guys are looking at, we've already started to do some of those breakdowns here. So I'm thinking that Apple might get all the way back down here to at least $100 by the end of this market capitulation cycle here, Q1, Q2, Q3, end of Q1. So, however, I'm just waiting for those death crosses to occur because I think Apple is overbought just like how Tesla is. And then this is a big speculation on my part. I think what eventually causes the NASDAQ and the SPY and the Dow to all have these massive capitulation events down the road is poor earnings with poor guidance. Unemployment goes up, but the Federal Reserve can't lower or interest rates or do cuts because they're afraid of inflation skyrocketing again, and then they have to double down on raising rates all over again, which is what nobody wants, right? But you're already seeing this right now. Tesla is just breaking down below the supports. 1 week of support here, 1 week, and then we continue to break down. So we might see Tesla stop around $91 next, and then after that, it might come all the way back down here to 66. Same with Apple. If Tesla is just beating Apple to the punchline, so to speak, we could already see Apple come back down here to $100 to $100, $104 to $100. But if things get really, really bad, it can come down to $80. So that's where you see Bitcoin and all these other cryptocurrencies reaching the $10,000 level and like the doomsday scenario for a lot of other people out there, okay? Now, one other thing here, which was kind of interesting to watch if I can find it. There we go. The dollar index found some support today. Didn't really bounce off of this trend line right here, but it kind of bounced close to it, I guess you would say. We might be looking at a short-term reversal. If we do, for whatever reason, have that short-term reversal off of weaker than expected Chinese growth, which is why the oil market also collapsed today. If we have a stronger dollar, we might be looking at something more of a double top where it takes us a couple months, maybe to the spring or something for the dollar to kind of rise back up. Maybe not as high as over here. I don't think we're going to get that high, but something more like this. And then we just reach another peak and then we have that nice little trend line. Then we officially break down sometime in July. And then maybe July or this summer is where we actually see some of those lows for the entire market here. That's what I'm hoping for, but this is just a guess, and this is definitely not going to happen. But I'm hoping something similar to this will happen over the next few months, everybody. Now, as far as some plays out there that you guys might want to be watching, I know somebody just talked about Sol here just a second ago, if I can find it. Drag this bad boy over. There it is. Solana tried to bounce off of the support. In my view, it didn't even bounce. This is the weirdest thing. There was a support zone right here, but it just cratered off of all the FTX news and stuff like that. It managed to bounce, and it's just making up some of those losses here and getting back to the rest of where the rest of the market is, right? You might see this happen if the market continues to go sideways. You might see this with coins that have been dropping down quite a bit over the past few months. So a good example I would say is a coin that has gone a lot lower than Bitcoin, so to speak, like relative, is something like an ADA. We zoom out here on the weekly chart. You can see how he broke down below that support level. Maybe we might have a big rebound as far as ADA is concerned. That's something I'm keeping an eye on. I'm not trading it right now, but I do have alerts set. So if ADA starts to get a little bit more volume, a little bit more of a pop, I'm going to buy some 10x longs on it, if you will, just to see where it goes. But I'm waiting for Bitcoin itself to try to get above that 50 and 20-day moving average here, which it's on the verge of breaking out above. So today and tomorrow is really going to be key for this week, especially because, as we just talked about, the NASDAQ and whatnot. The NASDAQ bouncing a little bit here, trying to find some support before we go below the October lows. But we're still in an okay position because if you think about it, the last few days, we've only just got back to where we were just about 14 days ago. Not much has changed. SPY, not much has changed in the last 18 days, or I guess 10 trading days here. And if you go over to see the crypto markets, last 30 days, Bitcoin's down 3, Ethereum's down 5, BNB's down 16. That's because it was overvalued. But XRP's down 12, Dogecoin's down 32 after its big pump. Dogecoin broke down below that key support level there. ADA down 21, Matic down here, right? So in order for all these coins that have been having a really rough past 30 days, probably past 60 days, it's really going to be up to Bitcoin to just pop up and break out above those 20 and 50-day moving averages. If that occurs, I'll be buying up a lot of longs, probably just the 5 to 10x leverage plays, and just pumping them up or buying them up. I don't think I have enough capital to pump up Bitcoin. Okie dokie. But going back to Solana here very fast. It's been nice. I see the weekly chart here. It's been very nice. Careful because it is heading back up into that sell zone right here, that resistance zone. I would not try to bet on it breaking out above that unless we have another setup, and then we play that breakout, okay? If you guys want to continue holding, good for you. Awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm not going to tell you to do otherwise. But be careful because you are heading back into that resistance zone. And on the monthly chart here, that just looks a little organic, like we might go sideways. And usually when it goes sideways, we have our ups and downs, ups and downs. We're heading back towards the up area right now, okay? Or the highs, Okay. One other thing here is Matic. This thing is still the most overvalued thing I own, and I own this, and I've been dollar cost averaging for a while. Not really, more like during these big old dip events, like right here a little bit, right here a little bit. I even bought some over here. I even bought some over. No, this is yeah. But yeah, so I'm keeping an eye on this. This is going to be one of those plays that I really want to buy whenever it does fully capitulate down the road. I don't know exactly when that is, guys, but whenever it happens, whenever, Apple, Microsoft, the big tech companies, when they finally capitulate, and that's when I think Bitcoin's going to capitulate. Maybe Bitcoin actually capitulate a couple weeks before that. That's when I want to buy a bunch of Matic, because all I've learned from this entire bear market is there is a lot of demand for this bad boy. When that demand crumbles, which I think it will eventually, I want to buy a lot of this, even though it has a higher market cap. To me, because of the price action I've been seeing, as long as it doesn't do anything like totally catastrophic, capitulation, like, come all the way back down here to 2019 lows or something like that, I would consider this, on the same par as me trying to buy, if I'm buying if I have $10,000 worth of assets that I want to invest in something, I would put like a good solid 5 to 10% just in Matic and let it sit. Normally with altcoins, I don't really put much in there. I usually do like 1%, 0.5%, Matic is just staying strong. I thought Matic might have something similar to what we saw with Luna. Not the financial, like the big collapse of Luna. I don't think there's any more charts of what happened to Luna anymore. Let me double check. Binance. Maybe, yeah, this is an old chart. Okay, so let's go over here. So back, a long time ago, you see how Luna was still staying very strong, even though Bitcoin at the time was like falling off of a rock, okay? One of the things we had been talking about for a while was how I wanted to short Luna when it finally did break down and capitulate, because I was going to be so excited. Because eventually what I did is I took 2 shorts on this thing. Right here, after we broke all-time highs, there was no reason that we needed to be all-time highs in March of 2022. If we go over here to Bitcoin very fast, March of 2022 is over here. What in this chart told you that Bitcoin was going to go back to all-time highs or anything like that? We were watching the death crosses and stuff like that. Primarily the death cross right there, right? That was the concern for me, and the fact that the economy inflation was just starting, things were looking really nasty, yada, yada, yada. There was hope, but, when you saw this move, you're like, we're probably gonna go back down. Now, go back over here to Luna very fast. There we go. And you can see what happened. As soon as we broke down below that, things started. There we go. Things started to get messy really, really fast. So I took a little bit. I took a short right here. And we ended up going up a little bit. Then it finally started making me money. And I took a short right here. Now, did I know the collapse was coming? No, not at all. I did not pay attention to Luna at all as far as UST and stuff like that. Not at all. I was just trading this sucker. But I think you may see some type of an event like this as far as Matic down the road. Not this type of crazy move, but something where we come back down to a low. And for Matic right now, because it has boomed up so much, that move, if I can go over here to the weekly chart, that move might be back down here to 32 cents. We're at 78. That's over a 60% drop right there. So I'm waiting for that capitulation to happen, and I'll be very, very happy once it does. But for now, we're seeing a nice level of support right here. So if I wanted to take my first opportunity for a short, it'd be once we broke down below 69 cents and closed down below that. Then I think we would start coming back down here to 58, crumble, 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 and I'd be looking to buy a little bit more here, okay? Now, one thing that's booming up a little bit right now, if you guys want to take an opportunity, that's going to be Ethereum Classic. It just broke out above its 20-day moving average after kind of facing a little bit of resistance here. Last time it did, it was only up there for a day, so just be forewarned. But 20-day moving average in the past, you know, it's been pretty nice to it, right? Bounce above the 20, you try to hold it for a little bit. Bounce above the 20, try to hold. False breakout right there, though, so be careful. You do want to manage your money here. Usually after that first day, it really depends on where Bitcoin's going. If I was to make a trade right now, Ethereum Classic is probably my favorite for today because I want to see if Bitcoin can take either today or tomorrow to break out above its own 20 and 50-day moving averages going forward, okay? Now, some news coming out of the markets today. We just talked about Apple a little bit, how it's breaking those support levels. I mean, they are joining Tesla pretty soon in my mind, but their market cap fell under 2 trillion, which is a massive market cap as the sell-off continues, as CNBC puts it. The thing that I really wanted to talk about today a little bit here was Sam Bankman-Fried. He pleaded not guilty formally to the charges in New York. He's like up against 8 different counts now with conspiracy to do money laundering, stuff like that, and then also just doing money laundering and fraud and stuff like that. Securities fraud, I think the term is. Now, he's going to be spending most of this year, unfortunately, back in California with his parents because the court date or the trial is set to start October 2nd. I'm still hopeful that we are going to find more news about whether the trial is going to be an open trial so the cameras can get in there, because I think millions of people around the world want to see this trial because millions of people have been affected by it. It's also like, you know, it could be people that watch this channel, people that have used FTX in the past. Maybe they lost money in it. I think they deserve to see what happens there. If it does happen, of course, I'll cover it all the way. But I think we're going to learn more about that over the next few weeks, especially as everything kind of gets confirmed. Because once this thing gets rolling, which is going to take a while, October is a while away. It's just going to be a media circus day after day after day as the trial goes on. Probably won't be as big as the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, but it'll be up there as far as one of those big trials that everybody wants to watch because everybody has ill wishes on him, and I'm probably one of those people. As you could probably tell from my videos, he messed up a lot of people. Okay, now a couple other things here, just so you guys know. Last 7 days, we really haven't done anything besides XRP falling back down a little bit. Mostly everything is kind of sideways. Litecoin is up a little bit, and Atom is up a little bit, but mostly everything has been sideways. It's choppy right now. If you guys are trading, I would suggest, not financial advice, of course, but these shorter day trades seem to do me wonders. Maybe if you guys want to do like a 1 to 2 day trade, it seems like it's the best thing to do where you're just trading the zones, right? You find a zone off of this support over here, you try to buy in that zone. To make things easier for you, usually it's if you can find a long wick and a body, usually that's where I like to do my zones at right now. It's been working okay for the past week, so I feel like I can tell you it can maybe work for this next week. But you can see right here, you have the body to the wick. You put that out forward, that's where you go. So now, longer body, smaller wick. So now, as I'm looking at this, I'm looking at maybe a resistance point up here between $16.64 and $16.78 for one of the scale levels if I'm doing the zone method, okay? If you're going to be trying to short the zone. Be careful of that, of course, because I just said I wanted to buy this sucker because I want to see Bitcoin break out above those moving averages. However, if I just get rid of all these nasty little lines now, the easy way to get around this is just to do your typical Fibonacci extension and see what happens. So actually, we're running up to a resistance right now, and it actually worked out pretty well each time, except for this one right here as the bounce. You might see a price target around 1690, a little bit above that. I'd be okay with that one. But if Bitcoin decides to break out, guys, I think over the next couple days, we could see Ethereum Classic back up to 1750. That's my main price target right now, with the scale out level probably around this first level right here, around $16.80. A little bit below the white line, but right there, okay? You go to the 15-minute chart, though. You can see hit some resistance right there, but managed to blast above this last one here. So we're seeing a little bit of volume. It'd be better to scale out bit by bit, but you're seeing the moving averages just start to creep back up. So, you know, as the 1 hour chart looks a little bit better, we'll have to wait and see. But you can see a little bit there. No, I mean, just a little bit there. Not so much here. It's trying. There's some bullish action going on right now, and you guys know how bullish Ethereum Classic can be. I think one of the reasons that Ethereum Classic does boom so much, guys, is because it's on Robinhood, Webull, and it's all on these other apps. So a lot of people that maybe don't have a Binance account because they're terrified Binance can go under, they don't have a KuCoin account or a BitGate or a BingX or any of those kinds of accounts, they're afraid they can just go boom or bust, right? They've only been putting their money in assets on a Robinhood or Webull, you know, stuff like that, eToro maybe. As those get pushed out, or as they spend money, I think, you know, there's a lot more capital that can be infused into those markets here, which is pretty interesting because there's not many active day traders right now or swing traders because the bull market is over. The people that really weren't trying to day trade or learn or educate themselves, a lot of them have been weeded out by the market by trying to play options and do really crazy stuff here. Meanwhile, you know, people like me, maybe some of you guys, we've had to change our strategy as this bull market kind of ended and we kind of entered into this bear market. As I told you guys a few weeks ago, I was talking with a friend of mine, or an acquaintance, I guess I would say. But this acquaintance, we both come from trading backgrounds. He's a professional trader from a hedge fund. He quit his job to become an influencer, if you will, and just kind of trade it from home. And we were both talking about how we just don't like this market, so we've all had to adjust our strategies. So where we're both normally swing traders, and we've kind of talked before, but instead we both just turned into day traders here because the small day trades have been working the best for us. Whereas if we try to hold for 4 or 5 days, we usually end up screwing ourselves over with our strategies that we implement. So if you guys have a different strategy, you guys may be killing it right now. But so it's been very interesting to see how this whole market's played out. But I really do want to see Bitcoin just pop here. If I were to put this here, let's go there. Let's get rid of the 200. I'm going to put this to the daily. That's the 50-day moving average right there. That's our resistance. That's the big pop we're looking for. The thing that's going to make me worry a little bit here just before we start answering questions and going over some other new stuff, it's the beginning of the trading day here, right? The new daily candle just opened up. We have a long way to go. We need to close above this to really get everybody excited. If we can't close above it, that's the harm. But as you guys know with moving averages, typically, hasn't been always like this in the bear market, but typically, when we do break above moving averages like this, it tends to be a very robust move, right? A very robust move. So the last time we broke out above it, it was right here. You can see how that was just a robust move like that. We need to see something similar to that. Anything else here? A robust downward move. A robust move. We're looking for that today to kick off a small rally. I don't know how high we're going to get. I would say at the max 18,000, unless we have like a little bit of a bear market rally in the stock market. But we need to have a robust move. Even when we broke above it right here, which was a breakout, it was a false breakout, of course. We had a robust move. This is a 4-hour chart, so robust move up there, okay? Over here, nice little move. Not nearly as nice, though, so this might have been a little bit more of a fake out if I go back in here in time. What was actually happening here? This, a little bit of a nasty move right there, but a robust move on the daily chart. Then robust move next time, but you can see how it kind of got choppy. Fake out right there. And usually for that, what we can do is probably apply some type of Fibonacci extension tool here, and we'll normally find some resistance level right there. The one target that's always a little bit of a pain in the butt right there as well. So, you know, add a couple indicators to help yourself out. But I want to see how far we can go. This is a Fibonacci retracement chart right now, because just in case we break down sometime later on in the month, I just want to see, hey, we might have some support around 14,500, matching up with some of the other stuff we talked about before with GAN boxes. But if you guys want to go down this path and you guys are getting bullish or whatnot, you know, you got some resistance over here at 17,357, 17,700, all the way up here around 18,000, then up here around 18,555, and all the way up here around 19,187. I don't know about getting back up to here. If anything, I might even just do the a shorter term method, because I have been doing shorter term trades where all I'm doing is this, right? Then it's easier for me to get to that one price target, which is right up here around 17,134. If I'm buying because I think we might have a really nice breakout here, right? If I were to buy now, you know, get back up here, that's 2%, 2% with a 5x interest, or 5x leverage. That's 10% for maybe holding for a few hours. That'd be plenty for me. Although if I go up to 10x, 15x, 20x, right, maybe more standard is 10 to 15x, I can definitely make more money there. But the gist is I wouldn't be trading Bitcoin right now. I'd be trading off of the technicals of Bitcoin, but I'd be putting that towards Ethereum Classic, maybe a Dogecoin that kind of fell off a little bit over the last few days. And ADA, if you think it could be a little bit longer, that's what I'm looking at right now. And A-Starscream, hey Ken, hope you guys are doing well. What's going on with the Pi Network? As far as I know with the Pi Network here, guys, Pi Network has not made a coin. They don't have a coin, but somebody came out and like copied all of their logos and made a coin, and it got put on exchanges. So there's a lot of chaos going on right now about that. But as far as I know, the Pi coin on the app on my phone, it's still worth nothing at this point in time. There's no way I can transfer my Pi coin over to some other wallet or something like that. This Pi coin, I don't even know if it's, can I find it on here? Crypto. The daily, yeah. It just got open, it pumped up. This is not related to Picoin at all. I've watched the creator, that the Picoin guy that made Picoin along with his co-founder. They say they have nothing to do with this, so it just seems to be maybe a pump and dump, or maybe they're just slowly wrecking it. I'm not entirely sure, but this is not associated with the Picoin app at all. You know, it did have an amazing pump. You can see how that like parabolic move, I guess, from here to here, like 1,000%. Since then, it's fallen down about 56% or so. Just coming down slowly. This is what you might call just a bull market, bear market scenario, but this is on an hourly chart, of course. But be careful. You're about to see it hit another level of support down here. Actually, it already did. If it breaks down below this, that's where things start to go, we start to drop back down again to another level, probably back down here towards $100 or so. So that's like a good chunk of that taken off right there. So be careful with it. This is like its final stand here. It definitely needs to have a quick pump. But if you guys are trading this, but as far as I know, this has nothing to do with the Picoin app that most of us know from last year. And maybe you guys still have Picoin. I have Picoin. I just don't do the daily touch button anymore. But I don't know what's going on with Picoin as far as that's concerned. I think if you just go over here and you just type in Picoin, I should have grabbed a cup of tea before I stepped down here. Pi Network. Why don't they just have the network? Oh yeah, I can't find the actual guy's message that posted. It was like a couple weeks ago. You can see that the coin's been active for a while. But yeah, it's not related to Picoin. I don't know the guy's name, but what do you call? Yeah, careful with it. Because it's kind of copying everything about another token, I would just have to believe it's a scam. The fact that it's still on Huobi, whatever it is, it's a little confusing to me. But we'll see. But apparently it has nothing to do with Picoin. The app, what you associate Picoin with, like that. We could talk about oil another time. It has nothing to do with this Pi network. Nothing to do with that Pi network. But yeah, I don't know exactly how this all came to be, but this is just going to be a crazy time. When this breaks down later on, who knows when it'll break down, it'll be crazy. But since Bitcoin may have a good pop today, which I hope it does, I'd be excited. Because right now, all of my dollar cost averages are just in pain right now. I guess I've only put so much in there, but still, I don't like to see the market go down. I like to see the market go up. Even my STMX, it had a horrible drop over the past week, and now it's coming back up. This is one of my very low market cap plays, you guys know, but from the lows over here in December, it fell down another like 10%. Then it's all of a sudden it's bouncing back up to close off that gap. But yuck, I don't like that at all. Although I knew it was going to go down this low, but still. Let's go back over here very fast. Back to the hourly chart. As far as this is concerned, for now we can just worry about the yeah, right now we can just worry about that 50-day moving average. I think that's going to be something to watch for in case you guys really do watch the moving averages while I'm talking and streaming. Both the 20 and the 200 here are hourly moving averages. The blue, the 50, is just the 50-day moving average. There's no 50 moving average for the hourly chart on this one, okay? And hey, the Real Transporter, happy to see you back. Any suggestions on a good buy zone for Doge? Yes, sirree. So as far as Dogecoin is concerned, the best way I look at this, it's look at the weekly charts. You can see how we had that breakdown here. It's trying to battle its way back up. Get rid of all those ugly drawings. Weekly chart. Okay. Personally, for me, if you want to play Dogecoin for the next round, so to speak, if we don't have a huge nasty capitulation moment, it goes back to here where you're trading between the wicks, and the body to the candles. That's around 0.05 to about 5 cents or so. That's a pretty big spread, though. That's about here at about, what, like a 14% buying area. Personally, the way I'm looking at this right now is you can see Dogecoin, it's making these lower lows and possible and lower highs, I guess, right here, right? So lower highs, lower lows, barely lower lows, but they're still lower lows. What I would try to do is this, because this, you know, the fib levels have been working for Dogecoin a little bit here. So depending on which fib levels you guys want to use, right? I would use this a lot on this half right here before we started moving over here. After that, you know, if you want to get a little bit longer, usually this one works a little bit better. So you can see it matches up there, matches a little bit right there, a little bit right here, right? So the shorter term for me, if you're trying to get more bullish about it, right there, personally for me, I'd be going back down here. If you're thinking longer term, because longer term, you could probably wait a while before you want to buy Dogecoin if you're thinking long term holds. Short term, you could always buy now, but your stop loss is literally going to be about 0.069. So it's like 0.071. Right now is probably an okay time if you're taking the gamble that Bitcoin is going to manage to break out today above those moving averages. And you're at least going to hope the stock market just goes sideways for today or tomorrow. At least sideways, if not pumping back up after we found some support today. Now, because Dogecoin has had these really crazy pops because Elon Musk, you know, all the news surrounding him, some maybe announcements coming around about SpaceX, Twitter, using Dogecoin as a payment system, partnering with another thing as another company as well. You know, but all these pumps, it's made the data look a little bit weird here, even though it's been following the Fibonacci's a little bit. Fibonacci's is what I'm sticking to. If you're looking for those support levels, really, I would hope that it can at least hold 0.049. But if the economy gets really bad, the whole world is ending and whatnot, then personally, I can really see us going back down here to like 4 cents or so. That might be the worst of it as far as Dogecoin's concerned because it already fell down so much after being obviously pumped up so much. I don't think Dogecoin's going to hit like under a penny or anything like crazy like that. But I do think we can go back down here to 4 cents, unfortunately. If you wanted to do a strong buying opportunity, you know, it could be anywhere from this 0.037 back up here towards 5 cents. But I honestly think you can probably snatch it for 4 cents by the end of this bear market here. But for today, you know, I'm hoping we can have a little bit more of a reversal, have a little bit more of a pop up here. You know, you can see there's definitely some resistance level here for Bitcoin as well. But I'd like to see it pop up and at least hit 0.076. Not the craziest move, of course, right? That's only about a 7% pop, but 7% with a 5x leverage, it's not too bad, right? But that's what I'm hoping for because you see a lot of these coins out there right now getting hit by those moving averages. Let me go back over here very fast to, where's my Ethereum, right? Ethereum has already managed to break out, just breaking out now. That's a nice little move here. Now everything is getting back to those zones, right? zones. We had a little mini zone right there. Found a little bit of a support there instead of having to come back a little over here. But the big thing is, can we break out? And I think right now we're just kind of waiting to see if Bitcoin can. You'll know when Bitcoin starts to make its move, because if you guys look at the 5-minute charts, the 15-minute charts, you'll start to see, oh, there's a little bit of a move right there. You'll start to see those little bit of pumps that come in as the whales start to test off those walls. Right now, that wall is about the 50-day moving average here. We'll know when it breaks out because you see that really big pump coming. But right now I'm looking at it. I mean, we're already starting to see a little bit of a move here. They're trying to keep it up. They're trying to keep some... they're trying not to let Bitcoin capitulate here. Nobody wants to see Bitcoin go down because it's already, what, 4-hour chart? That'd be daily chart. Today, or yesterday's day candle, we were pretty much flat. And if you guys look at it, you know, the stock market was pretty much flat. It was down 0.7%. SPY was down 0.42. NASDAQ was down 0.7. And the Dow Jones was down 0.03. Flat. We're still bouncing off of this technically as far as the NASDAQ and the SPY is concerned. So I do want to see it at least bounce up a little bit more, if not just be choppy. Again, the stock market can be choppy and Bitcoin can go do its own thing. But if the stock market's going down, there's no way Bitcoin's going to hold up against that type of momentum, right? And plus, there's some chaos going around. McCarthy, Republicans, Dems. Oh, that's Bart. Okay, Bart Scott's a fucking idiot. Anything else here as far as politics is continued? Oh, the menu. Oh, the menu came out today on HBO Max. That's what I'm watching later on tonight. The GOP. I heard it's a really good movie. Chip Roy, you know, Liz Cheney, Freedom Caucus, yada yada yada. The Republicans are not. They don't have enough votes right now, or McCarthy doesn't have enough votes right now to become speaker. And it's just led to the biggest cluster, you know what, that I have ever seen in the House. And I haven't been around for a long time, of course, and I haven't walked politics since, you know, more of my adult years. But it just seems absolutely wild what's going on right now. And so I don't know how this gets fixed up. I don't. So maybe McCarthy will finally be able to do enough arm twisting or deal making to get his speakership. Or he's going to have to withdraw and somebody else is going to have to take his place, which would be incredibly crazy. You know, and I get what's happening right now. If you guys remember, Nancy Pelosi was facing something similar, but she ended up cutting a bunch of deals and stuff like that. But I think what's going on, at least in the conservatives' minds, because I called one of my friends today, and I don't usually call people because I was like, what's going on right now? One of my friends from Texas, because one of the guys leading this charge is a Texan against Kevin McCarthy. And I was like, what's going on right now? Like, can you just explain it to me so I can explain it to you guys? And basically what he said is, and this is like his interpretation, not like the broad view of every Texan or every American. Don't get me wrong here. If you remember, again, Democrats had the same type of issue between the squad and Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi cut a bunch of deals for them. But if you think about it, the squad really didn't get many of their policies into law. They kind of just ended up voting, and they got some committee assignments and stuff like that. But the policies that their constituents, which are liberals, right? Their liberal policies didn't get passed. Some of you guys may say, hip, hip, hooray, not liberal policies. But for the people that voted those people in, they were pretty disgruntled about it. They were like, wow, we just got tricked. We got fooled. Sure, Biden is winning, but is my life getting better? Holy shit, no, right? Same with conservatives, right? Conservatives feel like, hey, we have Kevin McCarthy on the ropes, but Kevin McCarthy to them is still like a Nancy Pelosi type figure. Whereas you can give me committee assignments, you can give me promises, but I know at the end of the day, my life is not going to get better based off of what you're doing in Congress because, again, if you have that general view that most people in Congress have been bought off by lobbyists and, you know, they don't really have your rights in their mind all the time or your goals. They're mostly thinking about how to win the next election. How do I get funding? Which corporation will give me money? Yada, 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 right? They're standing up to their party a lot more than Democrats were. And I guess in fairness, Nancy Pelosi is a much more savvy politician than Kevin McCarthy. So maybe if Kevin McCarthy was more savvy, you know, he could maybe bash them down. But that's not the case. So as long as that kind of turmoil goes up, that just bubbles up a slight amount of uncertainty, which may keep the stock market going choppy for a few more days until it's resolved. Apparently today there was 3 votes. I watched the last 2. They adjourned for the day. They should be back at it at 12 o'clock tomorrow Eastern time. So that's around 9 o'clock over here on the West Coast, excuse me. If they find some way to get everything passed tomorrow, maybe we might even have the stock market just have a little bit of a boost. Because historically, as we all know, maybe you guys don't, the stock market likes, usually outperforms in Congresses that are gridlocked. I think that's what you say. So we're like one chamber, a divided House, divided Congress, where the House is Republican, Democrats hold the Senate, or the House and Senate are Democrat, and the Republican holds the Senate, that type of stuff. Because when nothing is getting done, companies don't have to adapt. They can make their rules for whatever system is in place, and they can keep those rules up without having to constantly adapt to different rules, different policy changes, different ways that the president may interpret those rules, right? We have a whole bunch of rules about the southern border or corporations, but each president can go along and say, well, I interpret these laws a little bit different than that other guy. And so the laws get kind of turned on and off just like a switch. It's very weird. But that's the way the system works. But once they figure out who their speaker is going to be and the kind of the nonsense, I don't know what you guys want to call it, just the uncertainty, once that ends, I think we should have a small pop on it, and that'll help us out a little bit here. But you guys can see on the right side of my screen, everything's pretty green for the day. XLM is down a little bit here, but mostly everything else, it's up. Even some of the smaller market cap plays like Spell Token that I own, they're moving up a little bit. And again, this thing has been choppy, but at least it's kind of found a little bit of a bottom here. But Spell Token, this is like more of a YOLO play for me that I like it, but I want to see where it goes. This thing, guys, is it's broken down a few times below these support levels here. And so, just so you know, when I talk about some of these low market cap coins, they are low market cap coins that are risky, where I'm hoping that I can make a lot of money off of them. But that's only because... No, not spell. Just do spell. Spell. Oh, there it is, yeah. And that's because it has a market cap of only $58 million, right? So definitely long-term plays for quite a bit of time here. But look at the daily. It has a nice little reversal here. But year-to-date... Oh, yeah, all the year-to-dates are now from a couple days ago, so it's actually moved up a little bit here. That'll be interesting. Maybe that gives everybody a little bit of a pause, but stuff like Spell Token, this is better for if you guys like spot trading, just broke above the 20. Sometimes when it breaks above it, has a nice little pop. I kind of want to see it get back up to here, but this zone from here to there, basically. I'm watching it. I'm probably going to do a buy later on today. I'm hopeful that Bitcoin can pop, though. So if Bitcoin looks kind of weak, I won't obviously do it, but I'm looking at it. Oops. Bitcoin's trying to break out above the 20-day moving average right now. So maybe if I go back over here to the 15-minute chart, let's go back over here to daily. Let's just get rid of the 200 for now. We're testing out the 20, the 50 is right here. We're waiting for that big pop, guys. We're waiting for that big pop right now. See, Matic is one of the best buys. I think so as well. It's just expensive in a bear market right now, which drives me nuts. Yeah, ADA has definitely been rough, but give it some time. I'm sure it'll pick itself up later on. And hey, the real transporter. Hey, Puma. Happy New Year's, guys. Hope all is well. Looking like Bitcoin might be in for a rough year, maybe stagnant at the best. A rough Q. So this is my opinion, as you guys know. A rough Q2, Q3, probably end of Q1, and then we're fine after that. I don't think we're going to hit new lows in 2024 or at the end of 2023. I think we're going to have some choppiness. We're going to have a few capitulations, but I think we might see some really exciting or just choppiness, but that choppiness is going to be exciting. So if we get out of here at Bitcoin for a second, remember the moving averages are going to be kind of wonky here as I back up. But you remember how we capitulated back over here at the beginning of last year? And then we just kind of went sideways and we had some really fun rallies that we were all kind of playing together. Well, I think we're going to have more of these happening in the year 2023. So where we kind of drop down, let me see, from like low to highs over here, we have like a 47% nice move. And you know altcoins have a much larger spread than that. If Bitcoin's popping off 47%, you know that altcoins are just going to be doing some really crazy stuff as well. So I think we're going to be having times like this where we might have a little bit of a drop, but these areas, these are months. These are like, this is 77 days, 11 weeks, right? That's a while. That's like 2.5 months of nice choppy weather. We might have a little bit more of a downward time, but if you think about how this whole thing moved out, this is only from low to high. If we come back over here to when we eventually broke down below it, it was really 15 weeks, right? So, we can have tons of time like this. If you guys remember, a lot of what kind of freaked the market out this cycle was a lot of not hedge funds, exchanges. They kind of all went kapoof, and that's what led to some of these really nasty drops. Remember, guys, it wasn't just Voyager. It wasn't just FTX over here. There was Celsius before that, right? There was Voyager. There was BlockFi over here. Like, it wasn't just one thing. It wasn't like the market just decided to come down just because of technicals. There was a lot of bad news events, and because we all kind of have these short-term memories nowadays from TikTok, social media, yada yada yada. We tend to forget like there were some really bad events in the crypto world this year, which is why in 2023 there's going to be sweeping regulations coming that are just going to change the way the exchanges have to operate if they want to hold funds from America. Right, so that's going to be the big thing to watch out for. Now with the divided Congress, I don't know what happens here as far as the compromise, but it looks like for now, this is a good thing now, it looks like they are going to get rid of the Sam Bankman-Fried bill because he has too much influence over it. He had too much influence. And if Congress was to put that bill on the floor, it would die because nobody wants to be associated with that guy. And it takes a quick Google search to see how many friends he made in Congress. Those people they want to win their next election, right? They don't want to be seen as, I was friendly with Sam Bankman-Fried. Especially because, if you guys didn't know this, Sam Bankman-Fried, he has posted bail, right? He has a bond. A bond doesn't mean you have to put up the cash, right? This is federal government. It's nicer rules for the wealthy. His family put up their house as collateral, but that house is only worth about $3 million, okay? 3.5, maybe $6 million, something like that. I know only, but it's California. However, that's only $6 million out of a $250 million. Somebody else that we don't know, like two wealthy individuals, came up and posted bail for him. Okay? Two wealthy individuals who we don't know who they are posted bail for him. That's gonna lead to some chaos down the road, but there's a lot we don't know about that whole situation. And as more news comes out, it may actually negatively affect the market, especially if that is coming from a government institution, because we know, it's been reported now, I believe, that in order to get him from the Bahamas over here to New York, we agreed to let him get bail. Not the amount of bail, the judge would decide that, but the bail. He just had to pay for bail. So that was interesting as well. Now, it's up to you guys to determine if you guys like that or not, but it is interesting to see that the government would take that type of deal. As far as Bitcoin is considered right now, we're facing some resistance here as far as this 20-day moving average is concerned. And if you guys just joined the stream, what we're watching right now is this is the daily chart. These moving averages that you guys see, no matter what time frame I'm on, these are going to be 50 moving averages, which is the blue line, and the 20 moving average, which is the green line, okay? We're looking to break out above both the 20 and the 50 today to have a nice pop-up to at least test out 16,869. If we manage to break out here, that's where we could actually start seeing ourselves go back up to this old level of resistance over here around the 17,000 to 17,500 level. And then maybe if we continue that move over the next few days, then we can start testing out 18,000, 18,500, even higher. Although that would have to take a fundamental change in the market to break above that $18,000 mark. Right now, 18,000 is as high as I can see us going right now. And more realistically, right now, I can only see us getting up to 17,500. Drink whiskey, it's better than tea. No, okay. So you guys know that I have ADHD and anxiety and like depression and all that type of stuff. I've kind of been like vocal about it, not like making it it's not who I am type of thing. But so I was talking to my psychiatrist the other day, and my gosh, for like a couple $100 an hour, she's really good, but just I hate paying a couple $100 an hour. But she's good, and I like her. But what do you call it? So I started taking medication, and I just started taking the medication today. I think it takes a while for it to pick up, but she was just talking to me about how you know, I've been so overly caffeinated my entire life because apparently, because of my ADHD, I like caffeine because I guess it like it makes my mind operate more as it should. So now I'm taking Adderall, and something else, Zolifol, something for anxiety. I don't know what it is. Zolifol, I don't know. But now I'm on medication here, so you guys are going to see me act a little bit different, I would say. You guys have probably already noticed something different about me today, maybe. But that's something I'm going to be doing for a while now, so it'll be interesting to see how I adapt. Let's see. And hey, Ken, it's good to know that Scam got me mining Filecoin again. Dude, I saw it all over social media and I was like, wait, did Filecoin actually get up there? Because, you know, I have like 11,000, 12,000 Filecoins, and Filecoin is like at 150 bucks. I could be filthy rich. I'd be selling off all my Filecoin en masse. I'd be a whale just dumping on everybody. But yeah, it was weird news for sure. I was hoping that it wouldn't be that bad, that, you know, it was a fake thing or something. But yeah, it's crazy. I do need to get some whiskey, though. I do need to get some more whiskey. I just drank the last of my whiskey. For New Year's Eve, I ended up going out and buying champagne, and it was great. I haven't had champagne in like a year, like since last New Year's. See, and hey, Crypto Yellow Vest, happy to see you back. XRP can 3x or 4x by 2025? Yes, easily. Well, it depends on what you mean by the 3x, 4x, because they need more partnerships, but yes, their market cap can easily 3x, 4x by 2025. Yes. That's, I think I'm like expecting them to go like 5, 6x by 2025. By the end of 2025, it would have done it by that period. So if it does, I'll probably be scaling out sometime around there. But XRP, they have the infrastructure, they have the staff, they have a lot of stuff going on. You know, I go to trade shows every now and again, or you saw me at the FinTech event back in October. XRP was there making deals, cutting deals with people. They have they have a presence there. They have a presence, and banks are just waiting for regulation, and then all the deals that have been getting set up in the past for all these crypto companies, not just XRP, they can start getting like done. Because right now nobody wants to invest in a deal and get everything like done with contracts and everything, because they know that the government can come around in a few weeks or a few months and just say, hey, yeah, we know you made that deal, but it's illegal now, so we can't do it anymore. That's what everybody's waiting for, that clarity. And that's why I'm okay with a little bit of regulation. My problem with regulation is when they start to want to overtrack me and they want to learn too much about my data and stuff like that. That's why I get a little bit nervous. If they want to know that I have this wallet, sure, fine. But I want to have a cold wallet to hide my money as well. That's where I start getting a little bit weird. Especially because, you know, I'm going to be like moving internationally over the next year or so. So I want to just be able to have a wallet take it wherever I want, like take it on the go with me, excuse me. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that regulation comes out. But I think overall regulation is going to be good. And for traders out there, this is where the regulation becomes very, very important. When they have a bill that goes over this type of stuff, I'll have my friend come over and we'll go over it together in the live stream, or I'll just ask her thoughts on it. One or the other here. She's still in Minnesota with her family. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, no worries, Max. Happy to help you out. And hey, Alentime, happy to see you back as well. Tomorrow, a lot of news. FOMC meeting. Just get ready for another wild week, everybody. It's 2021. Let me see if I can find out the calendar. Oh, geez, I don't know why it always has it like this. So this Tuesday, so Wednesday, commercial paper. Is it FOMC minutes tomorrow? 1-6. Commercial paper. 14th. I don't know. 2023. January. It sounds like the next one is January 31st or February 1st. January 31st, yeah, February 1st. March 9th. Not in February though. That's interesting. Or you know what I mean? Like no mid-February one. Just like how there's no August. I'll keep an eye on it because I know there's economic news this week. There we go. So tomorrow there's ISM manufacturing index. That's pretty good. That's going to be big. Job openings. That's not too important. Quits. That'll be not really. FOMC minutes right there. 2 o'clock. Why isn't it showing on the other one though? Thanks for bringing it up because I did not see this coming at all. Thursday employment report, initial jobless claims. This is what I was looking for this week. Thursday's data, trade deficit. Yeah, this other stuff doesn't really matter too much. I spent too much time watching McCarthy today. There we go. But yes, that is true. So I'll be looking at Fed minutes tomorrow. I'll try to go live at that time as well. And AGT, can you please take a look at Filecoin? Happy 2023. Yes, I can. Thank you for being a member. Let's see right here. Oh, this is breaking above its 20-day moving averages. Well, let me get rid of these moving averages for now. Oh, okay. So long term, it might come back down here to 246 or whatever. A couple of months or so, a few months, 4 or 5 months maybe. But for now, it's back up into this resistance zone up here, which is kind of nice. Let me see. This is interesting because that support level doesn't even matter. What's the best way to do this? There we go. That's how it's holding us down. So you have this little bit of resistance right now. It looks like around that $3.16 range. If Bitcoin does pop off here, which I think it might today above the 20 and the 50, we're just waiting for that robust move, of course. I think you could probably buy now and sell around $3.28. That might give you a profit of around 4.5% with leverage. You know, that could be anywhere as much as you want. But let me go back over here to the 15. Facing some resistance, bouncing off of that support level we just made. Up right there. So it's just going back into this support zone as well as just on the, this is a short-term time frame here. A little support that we had to that resistance level that we had up there. Trying to break back in there. Nice solid bounce over the last couple of hours though. All right. So as far as the daily chart's concerned, gosh, like this thing can go really high just because of the gap. How far back does this go? One more second here. Market cap of 1 billion. It's gonna be a little bit harder to push that sucker up, but a bit of a shorter time frame one. Didn't really matter too much there, did it? No, a little bit now, but not really. Okay. Yeah, I would really just be going with the short-term price target of this middle line right here, this kind of greenish blue, around 326, 328. That could be your first scale out level if you don't want to just sell out here. Your price target, though, if Bitcoin decides to pump up for a few days, really, if you're buying now, in my opinion, it really would be around that 361 level, but I would literally just start scaling out as soon as possible here just in case something bad happens. I'm looking at some of these big booms that it's had before, and it just really dumps afterwards. That's what's kind of scaring me about it. You can see it just had a little bit of a dump right here. I think there's a whale in here that likes to play around with it. That's what it looks like to me. But yeah, short-term price target 328, 326. 2 days, 3 days from now, if we have a big pump from Bitcoin, you might be able to see it back up here towards 341 or so, and maybe a week out or so, if the market continues to bounce around, good news coming out. Maybe we have some good news tomorrow from the FOMC meeting minutes, 361 or so. But short term, really just the 326 to 342 level. That's a perfectly good scale level, if you ask me. Getting more aggressive, yeah, definitely can get more aggressive, but by then I hope you would have scaled out some money out of it. But yeah, looks fine. On the other side of this, just be careful. It's gonna have to. There's gonna be like a fake out here eventually. Let's see right here. It might dip back down below this, then eventually pop. But we'll have to see what happens as far as Bitcoin with these 2 moving averages that I keep talking about. Excuse me. Whew. It's fighting. This is the first challenge right here, guys. We tried over here, got rejected. Tried over there, rejected, rejected, rejected. New day. Let's see if we can pump out above it. It'll happen over the next few minutes if it does. And Halo Scratcher Upshaw, Dogecoin deleted his YouTube channel again, but he changed his channel. I think it's called like Chris Crypto or something. Is last time I heard about him. There's one of my friends that works at YouTube was asking me about it, like if you really scam people or not, and I was like, yeah, you really scam people. I don't. Sorry, Loki's over here wanting butt rubs. There you go. There you go. All right. And at crypto, some people said Sam doesn't pay the caution of the bill from Sam to get out. Good friends take care of him to get out. I believe so. I mean, so you're probably talking about getting the money out of FTX, like he helped them get the money out of FTX, so they're helping him now. I could totally see that as a possibility here. I just want to learn who it was. Who. Like Doctor Who was that person? Like what I really want to do is like break into, I'm not going to do this for legal purposes. I want to go break into the Southern District of New York to their courthouse. I want to go read the file and see who it was, because I think it's really important to figure out who this person was. I hope that eventually after the case is he's found guilty or innocent or whatever, I want to know who put up the bail for him, because it's going to be freaking crazy. Dude, what are you doing? Like, Loki's over here. You guys can't see him. Maybe you guys can. Oh, no, he went the other way now. Hello. He's just really playful right now. I think he wants to go outside and run around for a little bit. We ran outside for an hour and a half today, then we went on a walk. Let's see. And Halo Scratcher, Final Stand is the biggest liar. He didn't delete his YouTube channel. Well, yeah, guys, nobody's going to say, I'm going to delete my YouTube channel if yada, yada, yada happens, right? It's all for publicity. I think Jordan Cameron did something similar about like eating a sock or something like that. It was fun to watch him like chomp on a sock, right? So he kind of ate a sock, but he didn't really eat a sock. People do it for entertainment purposes. Remember, guys, 99.9% of YouTubers out there are entertainment. Even the ones that talk about technical analysis. I am probably in the entertainment category, guys. Like, I tell you guys everything, but there's like a different ratio to it. There's hardly any channels that just go over hard data, like only hard data. Those channels do not get pushed up by the algorithm. I am so more data relative than a lot of other people, right? That I don't get as many views off of it. So right now, YouTube is seeing that my content is appealing a little bit more to people, but it still holds down my views for the first few hours. And then down the road, it starts to show them more people. It's annoying, but like I could show you an example here from a couple of videos I did today. Let's see if I can show this to you guys very fast. So I put out a video today. I lost 1 subscriber off of it. I'll live. But basically, you see how it holds it down for a little bit, then it starts to pump it up a little bit later. That's what normally happens on my channel now, and I'm okay with that because the people that it pumps up later on, if they like it, YouTube will keep on pushing it out. But I did this video from today, and I think I put one out there from Kevin McCarthy. This one it should pump up later on, but you can see not doing so hot because I didn't post for the last few days because I was a little bit of a stuffy nose, but also just the holidays. Me not posting for a few days killed my views, like just annihilated them. But most people out there, they have a different degree, right? There are people that understand technical analysis, and there's some people that don't understand technical analysis, but they're entertaining, so you kind of watch their technical analysis. just got to live with it. You guys can determine who you guys want to watch. I know who you guys watch. Remember, I go over here. I go to audience. You guys watch Final Stand. I know my audience watches Final Stand. Yeah, I know. Crypto Daily Trade Signals, Miles G Investments, Crypto Signal Masters, Bitcoin Live, Mike Davis, Jordan Cameron, Crypto Chimp, Tame the Arc, Crypto Lifer, Mitch Ray, Frankie Candles, David Mitchell Jr., Dogecoin Millionaire, Marticulous. You know, you guys also watch these videos, right? From Crypto R. Russ, Miles G Investments, BitBoy Crypto, Crypto Daily Trading Signals. I know I get a gist of what you guys are, right? I get a gist. And so, you know, you guys watch whoever you want to. Just, like, don't trust BitBoy with small cap plays because he'll wreck you, right? You guys know how this thing all works out. I think it's fine to watch all of these people. I would never get mad at you guys for watching another channel or just, like, if I ever did that, you guys would just be, it would just not be good. So, you know, just know, like, there are people out there that are different types of entertainment levels. You go over here again. I always show you guys Social Blade because I love this website. You guys can track people's followers left and right. Every single day, how many followers did somebody get? I don't get many followers, you know, because it's a bear market. But like, I made a tweet about this. You guys know Andrew Tate versus the what's that girl's name? Greta. When they had their beef, both got like tens and tens of thousands of new followers just from fighting with each other. That's why they do it, because at the end of the day, they both got more value out of it. Maybe Andrew Tate's kind of in prison or something. I don't know what's going on there, but you know, like, so if I go over here to Final Stand. Nope, I didn't type that in right. Final Stand. No, what? Isn't that his channel's name? Final Stand? Hold on. Final Stand. Yeah, Final Stand. Maybe I'm misspelling something here, but that's his channel right there. Why is this being shown to me, though? Okay, here we go. Hold on one second here. Final Stand channel. Maybe that's what I need to look at here. There we go. So, right. So, entertaining guy. He got 21,000 views yesterday, right? So, he must have put out a stream or something. Yeah. Sell fast whenever you see this. And I think maybe he put out a short or something. No, I don't know what the hell that is. But yeah. So, maybe he just had views, like, views from a few days ago, right? But basically, what is he at? He's gaining. Oh, no, he lost subscribers. Oh, he lost 1,000 subscribers in the last 30 days. So, you know, you have to be more entertaining to get people to come back, right? It's a bad market, guys. Views are much higher in a bull market for all people like me, for my friend Tom, Wendy, BitBoy, whoever. Much different environment, right? But as far as Chris Crypto, I have no idea how many views that guy gets. Hold on. Chris Crypto? Classic Rocks. No, I don't know. I don't know his let me just type in Chris. Chris Dogecoin. I don't see Chris' channel anywhere. Who knows? Who knows? There you go, not important. Right now, what's important is we're about to break out above the 20-day moving average, and we can see Bitcoin have a nice little pop here, which would just be freaking fantastic. And hey, Bideford, happy to see you back. Happy New Year's to everyone as well. Hey, everyone, got to prepare when the sales arrive. We're going to have some sales this year. See. And hey, Rohit, why did my Bybit chart drawings get deleted automatically? I do not know. I've never had a problem with Bybit, but Bybit's not in America anymore. Might be a glitch. Usually when that happens, I usually just go straight to the... Sorry guys, my Wi-Fi was acting up for a second, so I didn't want to like talk while the Wi-Fi thing was acting up. Might have just been a spike or something, but I think we're still good. All right, sweet. Yeah, because here's Bitcoin going. There we go. See, there's a little bit of a pop that we've been looking for. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I really hate when that happens, and I look like an idiot because I'm just watching it because I don't want to talk and wait for the, wait for the part to glitch out on me. I got the Tom Crown vibes with the glasses. If Tom Crown would have saw that, he would have been making fun of me. What do you call? I know Tom a lot. We talk a lot on YouTube, basically about how shorts suck for us in crypto niche. Oh man, I messed up. Let's go back over here. There we go. It's not okay. Whatever. You guys know what's going on right now. But yeah. So what's been happening is you guys know that I have a. Oh, I don't know if. I have studio light. So I have a light behind me that's. I'll show this for a second. I have a light behind me that's blue and it points up. But then so you guys can see me, I also have another light. Well, what's been going on is my eyes have just been getting like blasted by this light while I'm doing my day-to-day videos. I don't mind doing this for like an hour or two while I stream. I can handle it. But when I'm working throughout the day and I'm recording videos for you guys, like this couple of videos I put out today, I need the sunglasses to like get me through it because I got astigmatism and it just kills me. But like, I don't know. I don't normally wear sunglasses too much right now because it's like been cloudy for the past few months here in Washington State. But I don't know. I like wearing sunglasses. I have contact lenses now, so it's been making it a little bit easier. But I don't know. I always feel like I'm some old school DJ trying to teach kids to not go to jail. Get out of the hood. That's always the vibe I get when I'm doing this stuff. I never feel like I'm a crypto influencer or anything like that. Loki is a very, very good dog. Thanks, Crypto Yellow Vest. Chris Crypto have sold his YouTube channel to Classic Rocks. He deleted all of his Dogecoin and his crypto channel. Oh, so let's go. Let's check it out very fast. This will be interesting because Bitcoin's on the verge, so we gotta hurry this up though. So there we go. Well, there's not getting any views. The cars. Oh, whew. I almost played the video. Sorry. Basically, what he probably did is he sold it because it was able to be monetized. So if I go back to Social Blade here. Is this it? This might be it. I'm not entirely sure. This is probably Chris Crypto's channel. Yeah, 355,000 videos deleted. Yeah. That's probably his channel. So it was monetized, so the guy's probably earning like a few cents a day or something like that at this point. But come on, Bitcoin. Here's the 4-hour chart. Again, with the daily moving averages here. We're trying to pump up. It's not like you buy on the pump exactly because we still have to fight this resistance level here, which it mostly is going to be that 50-day moving average right there. But if we can get above that 50 here and we can hold, that's going to be a good sign here for a nice little pop. But again, it'll probably be pretty aggressive here as far as maybe a 2-hour or 4-hour chart might look. Like we have a nice big solid move. On the 5-minute chart, it'll look like insane, but you guys know what I mean. There we go. Oops. But this is the big battle right now. Trying to break out above that level. So what I'm going to do very fast here is let's go to 5-minute. If I change this back to the day, will it adjust for me? No, it doesn't adjust. I don't know why. Sometimes the line comes all the way out to where it's at. It'll have a little wiggle crook to it, crooked part to it. But I like to see where the line is, like right above the candle. And hey, GT, there you go. Watching everyone is always a fun thing. Always a fun time. Thanks, Bideford. I really do appreciate that. What do you call? I've been cooking a lot more Bideford, and it's been really, really fun. I've been making some fancy sandwiches. See. And hey, Larry, I've heard good things about them as well, too. I hate BitBoy. I think a lot of people hate BitBoy. I got a picture with BitBoy in Vegas. He's a nice guy in person, kind of. But definitely a troubled past. So I would never trust him to give me advice on the market. Never. I use the Safari browser. Oh, it could be the Safari. It could be just Safari. I've never used Safari. I haven't used Safari since I think I was in elementary school when they had them on these like really old school Apple computers. I don't use Safari on desktop computers. I should say I probably have it on my iPhone, I think. Have you ever done any research on living in Valencia, Spain instead of Central America? Are you set on it? I'm pretty set on Central America right now. A lot of beautiful places. It's a place where like I'm not too far away from family, so I could fly places. So like if I go over here very fast, let me open it up on the side so we can kind of watch Bitcoin together do its thing here. But let's just say I go to Expedia, I guess. Guys, right now Bitcoin just facing this freaking huge level of resistance, but I want to see us like just pound through it. Flight, no, Seattle. I hate being patient for moves like this. I really hate being patient. All right, so like it's like a $700 flight, so I can really visit back home whenever I wanted to, right? Especially with how much money I'm saving by living down there. Um, really nice and cheap. I'd probably get first class tickets, or maybe I'd take a cruise back up there. Honestly, I would probably have a really fun time just taking a cruise back up to California. So from Managua, there's like a port, just like a port town. I would love to take a cruise from there and go back home to California, or go to California, then just fly up here first class, really cheap to go, from Seattle to California to Seattle, and vice versa. Um, but it's peaceful down there. I've been to Central America a number of times growing up. Even when I was my early 20s, and I just like it a lot down there. It's very, very peaceful, very, very relaxing. The pace of life is just dramatically different than what you get here in America, and that's why I'm like really bullish on moving down to Nicaragua. I originally thought I wanted to move to El Salvador, but it just seems like there's a little bit too much crime for my taste, even though I know El Salvador is lovely and I have friends that live down there or acquaintances that live down there. But Nicaragua, there's a few towns down there that I just really love. The main one being San Juan del Sur, if I can pronounce that correctly. This little town in the middle of nowhere. The airport is up here, Managua, but this little town right down here, nice little port town. Maybe get a little bit of a vantage point or something. Oh, that's not much of a vantage point. Well, oh, here you go. Pictures of it. A nice, quiet town, houses in the hills, right? Nice little area, touristy place, but it's a fun place. It's fun. So that's what I'm thinking about right now. That's probably where I'm going to end up going. If I don't end up moving to that specific town, it'll be another town in Central America. Belize is somewhere I might move to as well. But I'm pretty confident that I want to move to Nicaragua. It's mostly just to how do I get Loki down there in a very easy way. Because I really don't want to fly with him down there. I want to, even if it costs money for me to get a cruise ship down there, or none of that. I just pay it. It's a one-time trip, right? Maybe he'll come with me back to the holidays. He'll ride the boat back up to Seattle, whatever. But I don't understand why Chris Crypto sold his YouTube channel during a bear market. He should have sold it in the bull run. In the bull run, he got a lot of views. He was a very popular individual, but in the bull run, you don't sell technically just because you just want to keep on making the money. He would still have a good YouTube channel if he didn't break YouTube violations and he didn't do a big scam. Remember, the channel he just sold was the second channel he made. His first channel got banned off of YouTube for scam and fraud. The second channel he started up, he got more followers because all of his diehard followers came back to see him again. Those are the ones who he's kind of screwing over now by selling the channel. He probably needed the money. It's a bear market. Sometimes you just need the money. Who knows how much his lawyer fees cost after the whole debacle? He probably got sued, right? So you never know. Okay, please let this be the big one. Please let this 15-minute candle that just started, please let that be the big punch here. We'll go to the 5-minute candle here. Oh, no, all we see is the little lines, though. See, I hate when that happens. But, oh, see, if I zoom out enough, you can kind of see what we're dealing with now. We're on the verge. We're on the verge of breaking out. Let me go back to the 15, though, so we can see what it's like. There we go. Pop that back down here. There we go. Sorry, I'm moving my stuff around a little bit. My Apple puts printed hard today. I wonder if it will keep dumping. I mean, I think we're going to keep on dumping for a good time here. If Apple keeps on dumping, it'll probably be for one more day because that's when some of the indexes will start to hit their support levels. So you might see a short-term bounce there. But I think as far as Apple's concerned, I almost wonder if it might go against the actual indexes like Tesla was doing, right? So you might see the NASDAQ up or the SPY up, but Tesla's off like falling off, or I guess for this one, SPY. But Tesla is down like 5-6%, while the SPY is just going sideways up. You may start to see something like that with Apple if the technicals really start to break down. I'd be careful with Apple over the next few weeks. By next week or so, only because it is going to hit these really weird, choppy levels of support from all the way back like a year ago. While we're waiting for this to pop off here, which okay, make it fast. If I can find it, Apple's going to hit. This is a weekly chart. Let's get rid of those. It's going to hit this pretty soon. This is what's going to be a little bit weird. You're hitting that support level right now. So pretty soon you might have a bounce off of that. After that, you hit this one right here, hit this one right here, then you hit this one right here. Maybe one right there, but I don't know if that's really going to hold up if we go from there to there. I think this might be the big capitulation event that freaks everybody out. But as far as Apple's concerned here, back over here very fast. There it is. That next level of support is really around 122. So it could very, very close. And you see that major indexes there like right at support as well. But they can fall, again, one more day here. Just be careful because depending on which Fibonacci levels you use, you can always go for the longer term macro ones. But sometimes it pays just to do some of these shorter term ones. So where you have the lower ones added. So the lower pivot points added. So right here to here. Right. So you might see it just dump right down here to 118. That's like right between this support level and this support level. So right back into this kind of zone right there before anything happens. So I'm keeping a close eye on it. But Apple does worry me because this can really drag down the entire market. $2 trillion market cap. If this thing starts going down, a lot of stuff goes down with it, basically. That causes just pure panic if Apple starts to capitulate. Back to the 15. Come on, please. This I hate when it happens like this. It's very, very slow. But because there's a wall here, obviously, that we're trying to break out above. But, it's early in the day. Maybe we don't break out now, but I would really hope that we do. Otherwise, we're just going to capitulate if we start going sideways. Not capitulate, excuse me, just break down. And we're going to break down below that, which will not be fun. Because, I mean, we already had this type of effect down here, right? Resistance, that we popped. We just broke out above that right there. I'd like to see us go up a little bit higher now. Then you got to put into the macro view of like what's happening with the moving averages and whatnot. There you go. Sorry. I like to make these charts as big as possible, but still kind of, you can see what's going on here. And hey, Babyfish, happy to see you back, man. FOMC minutes tomorrow at 2 p.m. will bring some volatility. We were just talking about that a while ago. I didn't even know what's happening tomorrow. I totally missed that one. I don't know why, but I thought it was like later on this month. Oh, Loki. Yeah. Loki's over here. He put his head between my lap, and now he's just like waiting for head rubs too. This dog is spoiled. You should move south. Asian people get the smile. What's that mean? Get the smile. In Belize, a lot of people, French people, for avoid the TA. Oh, the tax? What? I don't know. You're saying stuff and my brain can't comprehend it. But I don't know. Central America is very, very peaceful. That's why I like it so much. But yeah, I mean, if there's somewhere else I'd like in the meantime or something like that, I could always open it up to other places. But I'd prefer to live somewhere in Central America or even in maybe southern Mexico if I really need to go that over there. But I think it's maybe just a bias of mine or something. I don't want to actually live in Mexico. Nothing against Mexico. I'm part Mexican. I'm large part Mexican. Um, I just Mexico seems too close to the United States. I feel like when I go to Mexico, it's not the culture that I like the small town vibes and whatnot. I feel like it's just all. Whenever I've been, it's because whenever I've been in Mexico, it's always been bustling cities. Whenever I've been over there, but I don't know. I never even thought about really moving to Mexico until a couple of you guys told me about it maybe about a month ago, or maybe a few weeks ago. I'm open to it, but I'd prefer to live in Central America. I feel like Mexico is just too close to America, so my family might come and find me. Let's see. Looks like Bitcoin wants to retest 17,317. That's what I'm waiting for. Even up to 18,000 on a really nasty wick on the upside. That's what I'm hoping for here. But we're just waiting to see if we can just break out above these moving averages here. Because right now, I mean, I'd be long on Bitcoin. I'm more of a bullish on the short-term move here. As long as the FOMC minutes don't do anything crazy to us tomorrow. So maybe if you guys are actually trading this, you guys are looking more as a short-term 12 to 14-hour trader or something similar to that. FOMC minutes? Oh, not meeting. Okay, there you go. It'll be interesting to see. I want to see how that volatility kicks up, though. And we just had this little bit of a channel up here, too, but we are just having a lot of issues breaking out above this 20 moving average right now. Let me see right here. And a yellow vest, 16,600 was a shit support for Bitcoin. Yeah, it was. It was not pretty at all. We came all the way back down here to, no, we came to 16,600 right here. But I guess back over here, yeah, we came all the way back down to what, 16,469, 16,337. That was a nasty little drop here. But at least now we have a little bit of an upward trend here to kind of play around with over the next few days. Because if for whatever reason we have a negative volatility tomorrow, we could obviously come all the way back down here to 16,367. It's not too big of a drop here. That'd be a drop of about 2%, right? But you'd obviously see altcoins dropping a bit more than that, especially after we had this small breakdown earlier, right? Breakdown right there, creeping back up. We don't want to see a wave, we don't want to see a rising wedge happen here where we just kind of break back down. Although the wedge would be a little bit different than that. It wouldn't look like that. Okay, but yeah. It sucks to be patient in this type of market. You can never see we giving up those little bit of losses. Look at the 1 minute chart. We are fighting for our life. And again, this 20 is not the right place. It's above us right up here. But the whales do not want to give us any, or it seems the bears do not want to give us any leeway here. It kind of sucks. There's the 5. See how we're just trying to break out above that right there. And we're getting some stiff resistance right now. Ethereum Classic, though, is starting to pump up. Look at that. Still pumping up. We just talked about this one. Told you guys if I was long on something, it'd be this, and it looks like it's doing okay. But again, you'd be playing the 20-day moving average breakout there and looking for it to hit 1691 if you're going with that. Probably all the way up here to 17 though, just because this bounce is a little bit higher than most other assets out there. Dogecoin as well. I'd be happy to see Dogecoin pop back up to at least 8 cents if we have a really nice move here. Churning up a little bit here. BNB could really just kind of fly here and go all the way back up to 267, which would be kind of crazy. Short term though, yeah, some resistance around 253. This is one of those things where I'm kind of scared about as far as it could just like really bump up on us. There you go. 17,100 looks for a breakout. Bitcoin if we break. Yeah, that'd be pretty. Oh, actually, let me double check. It'd be like 16,800 is your first stop. After that, back up here towards 16,800 or so. Then after that was 17,100 is probably up here. 17,000, yeah. Back up here, 17,100, yeah. I mean, you'd like to see, yeah. I always think about this in terms of day candle. So yeah, it'd be like one gigantic day candle there. It would be like a nice little climb there with a little bit of hiccups. But yeah, I would like to see that quite a bit. we're playing a small little higher low game here as well. A little bit of a weirdness on the higher lows versus higher highs, excuse me, up here. So this is where that 5-minute chart comes into play. You're like, please just break out. Please just break out. Don't break down, because if you break down, then we're coming back down here a little bit, retesting again, and then trying to break out a little bit later on in the day. Nobody wants to have that happen. But these little trend lines are always just kind of fun to trade. If you like to scalp, these things are really, really fun to use, especially like you found support here, scalp here, you hold for a few minutes, and then you just, once the little rip comes up, you're in and out. But on the second one, you're like, uh-oh, do I want to do it again? You don't know, small position right here, small little flag, continuation. Let's break out here and get a big boom. We'll see. But you guys can't even see the green lines now. So let me go back over here to the 15. It'll look very ugly on the 15-minute chart, but it'll at least be worth playing around with. Ethereum, yeah, Ethereum's definitely trying to pop. I think we talked about it a little bit ago. It's up, what, 1% right now? Yeah, right up there against that resistance level. Oh, that's just my drawing. What am I talking about? Back into that zone here. That's what we're talking about. I'm excited to see where it might go, though. But I think Ethereum has some more room to move up again as well. Interesting, though. But I want to see. I'd like to see it get back up here towards 1237, but I mean, I kind of want to see it go to 1250, actually. 1250? Yeah. Hopefully it's not too big of a drop later on this month. It'll be interesting to see what these earnings results are going to be. 1-minute chart. Okay, we can watch this 1-minute technical move here. Again, not overly important, but if you wanted to see a breakout sometime soon, we want to see a nice little breakout here. Have you looked at Bonk yet? I have not, Arlen Time. Let me know the ticker and I can try to find it for you. I've never even heard of Bonk before. Or maybe I haven't, I just don't remember it. Bonk? I don't think so. Yeah, let me know what the ticker is. Maybe it's just Bonk, but let me know and I'll be happy to look at it, my man. Let's go over here. Because today the markets were fine except for Tesla, Apple, and the oil markets. My oil stocks got decimated here. Decimated. I'm not selling any of my high dividend oil plays here because I want to hold them for the long term, and I'm kind of hoping that Saudi Arabia will help me out here. What am I doing? But you see, like, Chevron here, 3.5%. I still hold some Chevron. I scaled out of some. I told you guys a while ago, back actually like weeks ago over here. I started scaling out. I scaled out here as we were going down. Maybe I should have scaled it up here, but I make mistakes too. But in my Devon Energy, which is my highest dividend play over here, 8%. No, is that it? No, that's not it. I'm thinking of PXD. There you go. PXD is testing out support here. Hopefully it doesn't break down, but it might. We have an opportunity to break out here, though, over the next few days if we could just have the oil prices hold. But this dividend is about 12% right here, so I'm holding this for a while. But I really hope it doesn't break down. I would still be making money, but those dividends will go down. Ah, there we go. There's the little pop I was hoping for. 1275, 1300 for Ether. That'd be a solid day trade right there. So Ethereum will keep the market for the death bounce. Keep the market for the death bounce. I mean, what do you mean by that? Sorry, I'm a little confused. But keep the market for the death bounce. You mean like a death cross or something like that? It did have a death cross in the daily chart, which will probably make the next few days kind of more choppy. But it shouldn't be terrible as long as the market can, as long as the stock market can keep those support levels for the Nasdaq and the SPY. The Dow can do whatever it wants. Nobody cares about the Dow these days. It's just kind of sad. The Dow, just nothing happens in it. But you can see some moves out of it. Bonk USD. Okay, there we go. There we go. Not much volume. Looks like it's brand new. So this is a brand new coin here. There's not much data on it. That's bond, not bonk. Let me try one more thing, just in case it's, you know, tether. No, so it is relatively new. What I would say there is usually when I see something like this, I'll buy it, but you might have to wait a few days to a week before it really pops off. And then when it pops off like a couple 100% to 1,000%, I tend to sell it really fast and just take my money and be happy I made money off of it. And then you leave about like 10 to 15% in there, maybe probably 10 in this current market environment, and you just see where it goes. But it looks like it could be an easy just buy and buy play here. Let me go back over here to Bitcoin very fast. You can see the breakout there on the 5. So there we go. Has to be this bonk, I'm believing. Yeah, low market cap, or excuse me, just low price. Market cap, maybe 119 million. I can't exactly tell here. So when it has a low market cap like this, yeah, you want to just buy it and hold it and wait for it to pop, and then sell some more on the pop. Looks like it had a really good first day. Maybe it might pull back a little bit, but I'd still buy some and just have some fun with it if you're having fun with it. As far as technicals, there's not really much I can help you out with it, but it'd be worth looking at for sure for that type of play. And hey, Alec, what do I think about Gala long term? The company behind Gala, I'm sure, will make money in the long term here. Short term, it's gonna, medium term, it's probably gonna be pretty brutal here for most of 2023, especially the second and third quarters, in my opinion. But it wouldn't stop me from buying more Gala, because I think when you have coins that have really pumped up really fast, like Gala did, and then they really crumbled really fast as well, as long as their company is solid during the next big stagnant area, like when things get more choppy as far as the stock market, Bitcoin, you tend to see those types of coins have really strong rebounds. So in the medium term, you could have some fun with it, playing those rebounds. But I think overall, I would just really wait for the big capitulation moments on Gala, because Gala to me seems to be one of those plays that once the market finds a bottom, it starts to rip really, really hard, really, really fast, because it has a smaller market cap and it already has a lot of name recognition after the last big move it had last year. And here we go. Here's a little bit more of a pump. Now we're retesting some of those levels up from up here. Come on. Keep pumping. I'm really impatient when it comes to stuff like this, but it's nice to see Bitcoin having this small breakout right now. So there's the 5. Yeah, the breakout. Go over to the 15. We're above. Hey, we're above the. Are we above the 20 now? Let's go over to the daily chart. Yep, we're above the 20 now. Now we have to deal with this resistance level around 16,700. That's going to be the tough one for us right now. But we've started off on the right path here. Nice little flag. You buy the breakout. Let's see what happens next. And you can see there's a little bit more of a pumping action going on right now. There's the pump up. Yep. See, I'm impatient. You guys should know this by now. But I'd like for what I want to happen exactly what I want to have it happen. You guys probably feel the same way as soon as you buy. Like I buy. Come on, let's pump. Yeah, on the time it's new. Yeah, definitely. I would have some fun with it. Oh, there we go. Finally, jeez. Okay, there we go. Okay. Think about Dogecoin. Will it hit 20 cents this year? If it does, it'll happen towards the end of the year in 2023. Like it's me in Q4. I would say it's possible, but I would say it's impossible without news from Elon, Twitter, or some type of huge other partnership. That's going to be the big thing. But I would say without that, it probably goes back up to maybe at most 15 cents, unless we have some type of really crazy rally, which could definitely happen. It's crypto, right? But that's going with my mindset that we're going to have a pretty bad recession, or a moderate recession. If we don't have a really bad recession, then yes, it probably would hit 20 cents. But like Q4, if you ask me. And hey, Larry, that's a solid energy dividend. Oh yeah, I love energy dividends. You crazy? I love that stuff. That and healthcare. Those guys know how to make money at the expense of people. Definitely. Some people get advice about energy tax Zarbone stack. I never heard about that one. What? If it works for you, keep on buying it. There's a lot of good energy plays out there right now. I've been looking for a uranium company, a couple uranium companies to buy, but there's not really many of them. But But it's a gamble, and I don't know if America really is going to try to go down that nuclear pathway. I just really don't know. What I've been thinking of getting into here for the next cycle, not now, but like, maybe I'll buy them a little bit later on, is some of these financing companies. Because I think what's going to happen over the next 20 years, and this is more of a thesis of mine or a hypothesis, not really like I know this is going to happen. But as, as developing or emerging markets like countries in Africa, countries in Central America, get more and more mad at the West and Europeans, mostly, really, because, the colonizers, so to speak, for taking all of the raw materials and making something out of it in their home countries and selling it back to them at a really high price. As more and more of that happens, more of these countries, especially in Africa, and a little bit in South America, they're starting to fight back against that and says, hey, we're not going to give you our raw materials anymore. Build your stuff here. Build your companies down here. Or build your manufacturing plants down here. Give our people jobs, and then we'll ship the final product off to you guys. Because we're tired of being exploited. Now, Europe is not going to go just quietly do that, of course, and neither is America. However, I think they're not going to have any choice because China is going to start doing that. Russia's going to start doing that. India is going to start doing that. Well, not India. India hasn't. They have enough workforce for anybody. But I think you're going to see that happen more in China, especially as all the older people in our populations are kind of dying off right now. There's not enough younger generations to kind of keep up with all the jobs. Instead of immigrating people here, we're just going to have to keep on sending the jobs overseas, especially as they force our hand on this. And I think that's where a big narrative is going to be made over the next few years. So I'm looking for those companies that kind of do business over there that might have some type of opportunity off of building a plant over there or can do financing for a plant like that. Those smaller niche companies out there. I haven't even really started the look at it. I've just been writing some notes about what I've been looking for to what I kind of want to see from a potential company that I would invest in. But that's a little bit of a niche thing that I've been looking at that's been pretty interesting. I haven't really told many people about it, but I'm looking for those a little bit here. But as far as uranium, there's not really a huge selection. Industry. Sorry, sector, energy, industry, uranium. What are they at? There's like 8, right? You can see they haven't really moved much over the past year. They've just been kind of going sideways. Some small ones out there, LEU, NXE, right? I kind of own a little bit of each of these. But I was thinking I kind of wanted to add a couple thousand to just one and see where it goes. Or maybe split it up between 2, actually. This one's from Canada. It's not too bad. There was one, I think is it this one? No. I think it's LEU. They're working with, in Eastern Asia, I think, and they're getting some stuff online. I don't remember. But they're profitable, even if it's barely. So that's one of the reasons I like them. But they have a high short float of 6%. No dividend, unfortunately. But, not too crazy as far as the selling is concerned, just kind of what their pay is concerned. But yeah, I'm watching it closely. Go back to the monthly chart. Right. It's one of those things where it had a really rough beginning. It's just starting to pick back up. It had a split. But I'm hoping it can pop back up eventually. But I'm really trying to look for some of those finance companies or companies that can profit off of a rich Africa, of a wealthy Africa, of a wealthy Central America. And I don't mean they're going to be the same quality of life as America, but they'll, Africa will have more of their middle classes similar to what India, they have the middle class kind of expanding right now. Africa will have a larger version of that coming, I think. And I want to try to get myself somehow into that market without just buying the normal ETFs that come out that say emerging markets ETFs. I know those will do just fine, but I need to find out what those ETFs are actually made out of, and that's probably my next step here. No worries, Alec. Some people get advice. Oh no, I get some alert on crypto total market. Just break $768 billion. Need to hold on to the weekly time frame. Oh yeah, definitely. The weekly time frame for Bitcoin is quite important here. I mean, we should have a little bit of a pump before we have any big dumps coming or headed our way here. Like, what was I going to tell you guys here very fast? See, like, I probably will invest in McDonald's during this big crash if it falls down enough, because McDonald's is working on AI and stuff like that. But hold on here. There you go, Africa ETF list. So iShares MSCI South Africa. Can I go to the website? ETF website show the best of a country. Not this one. Oh, this isn't the main ETF website. It's up 3% today while everything else is down. Securities of companies that are based in the nation. Since many of the large caps in this fund are likely not to be found in the EM funds, EZA can make for an interesting satellite holding, but is probably not appropriate as a core holding in a diversified portfolio. For investors seeking greater exposure to the South African market, EZA is one of the only pure play options available. So, dividend. Oh, okay, that's not a bad dividend. 40, yeah. 4.7. Maybe that is pretty nice, huh? But holdings, there you go. Nasper is limited class N first rand limited, so I gotta then you gotta go look and see what each of these companies does. So EPN, NPN. I won't stay on this for long, guys, but I just want to check it out very fast. I guess I don't have Finviz anymore. NPN. Did I say that right? NPN. Oh, it's not. Is that the Japanese stock exchange? Hold on. Chart. I have no idea what this is. This thing is massively high. I have no idea what this is. This is why I have to go a deep dive, because I don't understand some of this stuff. So it's a South African multinational internet technology and multimedia holding company headquartered in Cape Town with interest in online retail, publishing, and venture capital. Oh, okay, I can see that. Just the price of the asset is just like, what the hell is that? So the company seems perfectly fine. So that's why they have so much invested in it. So bit by bit by bit. So yeah, I would have to go through these and see if I like them. But oh, gold fields. So they even got gold in here, minerals. So yeah, that's the type of stuff I'm looking at right now. Emerging markets, especially in Africa, if anybody cares. There we go. But okay, everybody, it looks like Bitcoin's making a little bit of a move right now. I'm going to end the stream right now so I can make some breakfast and chill out. My mom just got back from from dialysis, so I'm going to give her a hand helping her back up the stairs and get her purse probably out of the car as well. But I like what we're seeing. This is the 4-hour chart. We've started a breakout process here. We do need to break out above the 50-day moving average. If you guys took any buying opportunities based off of what I said at the earlier part of the stream, if you guys any buys, you're up a little bit here. Have fun with it. But please, oh please, please, have your stop losses set, have your resistance levels and your scale levels set, and have have some fun with it. Right now, you have an opportunity to have some good fun. If you guys don't feel comfortable trading in this bear market, of course, I would encourage you guys to do paper trading, because that is a lot better as far as practicing is concerned, right? So everybody have a good rest of your night, and hey, Bideford, you have a really good rest of your night as well. Happy New Year, everybody, and guys. Hopefully we can have a really, really, really good January, hopefully. But, just be prepared for some volatility as we kind of see some more stuff coming out this